I think when this is a bad sign for the gaming industry as a whole. To me, here's my thing about party fighters. Like, they're cool, whatever. Having one as a live service, like, is weird, but like, okay, I can see how it can make sense. I think who doesn't want to get together, and the fact it's multiplayer, like, I think it's an untapped market, if I'm being honest. That's why everyone was so hyped. Nickelodeon kind of failed on that front. They even made the second one. I think that was a terrible idea. But the thing is, like, yeah, it's like your Fall Guys, your Fortnite. Like, I think it's a good market. Like, I think casual party games are really in right now. It's not a bad market in the slightest. But that's really about it, and I don't care too much. Like, they're cool, but they're just not something that excite me personally, you know, because you can't really take in competitive. And the thing is, I'm at a point right now where I'm so good at gaming. I was just talking to my brother about Doom Eternal. Like, when you come from playing two of the greatest games of all time, Neo and Doom, and then the sequel, and you platinum like two of them, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely, okay, like, it's something to turn my brain off for like 30 minutes or something, but like, I need to truly engage my brain. And you know, my immediate thought is like, yo, let me go play a party fight. Like, no, like, this is in general, like, I am just too picky now, and that's why I tell people, like, man, have fun with your Kirby's and all these lower level games, because once you play a real game, like anything made by Capcom, or like I mentioned, Neo or Doom, you're just ruined. Like, everything's not fun anymore. You know, like, I know how to have fun, but like at a certain point I have to sweat, you know, I can't help it. And like Mar said in the last podcast, you know, you guys, something to be here. I thrive to be here. That's me. You look at my title. Does someone like me look like they'd be playing an easy game more than once a month? You know, no, you're gonna see me do some sweaty shit. No, give me a minute while I go get this this father. But yeah, no, I just don't like, this is what I mean. Like, I know mini tangent, but like, yeah, you guys enjoy your low-level games. Like, if you're gonna have a list of backlog games, go literally from easiest to hardest, hands down. Cause like, you know, like, it's the best way to put it is called literacy. I want to talk about this. You know what? I'll make it a separate video thing, right? For those who don't know,
you know, thinking about it, that really kind of depends on like someone's viewpoint, because like for somebody, like a game that involves a lot of reading would probably be considered hard for them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's funny. I'm going back to that because there's a thing called reading literacy to make my point. And those who don't know is like there are levels of comprehension leaving, right? There's like, oh, different from grades. That's why we actually have grades. But generally, when you have kids will go, you have pictures. The worm said, you know, if you're a grown-ass adult, you're going to get bored trying to read that shit. But if you give a kid the Da Vinci Code, he's going to be like, what the fuck is this saying? All right. And that's what I mean, that something that people don't understand is the same with journalists. I'll link a video before talking about this, but there is such a thing as video game literacy, both in terms of skill and even like that. And the problem is, like, that's it. Like, I am at such a high level. Like, I'm not just simply the one who is doing it. I am the one making it now. My literacy for video games is so high, but not that I can't go down and have fun, right? Like, it's okay. Like, every now and then, like, again, people who are movie critics or every now and then they enjoy their slop. Like with anime, you can be high, sophisticated. Go check out Grant's video. Again, I'll put it in the link below. And he makes a great example. Like, we all can enjoy fine art, but every now and then we just want to watch some trash. You know, like someone wants to see someone go, bitch. Like, you know, it's funny as shit. You know, sometimes, you know, like, and that's what I think the problem is to me, for a video game, it has to be medium literacy. I can enjoy a low literacy, but like in super small doses. So like, oh, it's, you know, let's have to, you know, like it's an experience or with friends, you know. Something that's medium literacy, same thing. But to me, medium literacy has to appeal to me, right? Like I don't like Gundam, so I would never play a Gundam game. But like, oh, yo, Capcom, you put Street Fighter, like, yo, you put Street Fighter on anything, I'll give an immediate fucks. And that's what I mean. Like, if something's a medium literacy game, you know, maybe it's not super high def, this and that. What's its gimmick? Do I really like that? And in some cases, like, again, Mortal Kombat vs. DC, that game is ass. That game is trash. You know, and I mildly kill for the IPs, but the thing that it does have, oh, I really like it, right? And that's the thing that it's okay. Like Final Fantasy, a good example. Final Fantasy is one of the best examples. Same with COD. Two of the most overrated, mediocre. Well, actually, I think COD is definitely a better franchise. But you know, mediocre, overrated franchises of all time. But they have, you know, they're your junk food, right? Some of us like Taki, some of us prefer Doritos, right? And that's what we gotta realize. And it's okay. Like, people who hate on you just for playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are here to entertain, and at some point, you know, okay, whatever. And I think that's what separates people who just like generic AAA gaming from actual, like, you know, people like me, like, who define the art. Like, someone said AAA gaming is for people who don't actually game, and I was like, holy shit, that statement has never been more true. And I think people really need to realize that there's levels of gaming, like, for sure. Like, it's like literacy. There's super casual gaming people who play Wii Sports, you know, they're, oh my god, you know, play on their iPhone. Omega casual, right? 100%. For me, I like Wii Sports. Like, that's something like low level that I love like a motherfucker, right? Because it's a party game. This is why, to me, I love party games, and I could never play them alone. I'm a super sociable person, and I love the aspect of them. That's why, like, to me, I 100% get bored as fuck playing Wii, Smash, or like those types of games alone, because I'm like, that defeats the purpose. This is meant to be played with people. You know, that's the appeal to me as a very sociable person, where some people can't stand it, right? And maybe someone might like, a good example, another one is any visual novel game. Those are 100% low as fuck in a sense, but like, it's weird. You have to be really appreciate the art. Like, you're there for the story, but let's be real, there's no dexterity or anything at all, right? And then medium would be like, again, your CODs, your Final Fantasies, nothing too crazy. They're very low for what they are. But hey, man, I like Tifa. Oh, I like the, you know, because I'm a Kumar. Oh, but I like the subtle themes of like saving the earth kind of thing. And I don't mind that the story's not that deep, or it's convoluted or got plot holes for days, right? But you know, you just really like dig the aesthetic, and you don't mind too much the combat. If anything, you like, okay, you know, this is fine, you know, right? And then, you know, some people just can't appreciate fine art or high art, and half the time it's because they just don't understand it. Like a good example, there are people who think Dark Souls is hard. Like I think that's the best way to describe how many people are normies, right? Because Dark Souls games are actually meant to be beat, believe it or not. And you ask anyone who actually plays hard games as like as a passion, as a flex. Boy, we laugh at Souls games. That's the level of comprehension for gaming that you are dealing with here. And that's again why I do agree. I think any game journalist worth their salt has to genuinely at least not be trash at a game. And also, again, I've seen good YouTubers will disclose, I'm not that good at fighting games or something, and I really like that. And they realize that it's a nuanced take. And even I think anyone, whether you're good or bad, you can be like, I'm coming at this from this view, and oh, I can, you know, do your research about this and that. And even people are like, okay, this is whatever. Like I did it when I was top under. Like I know I'm really good, but I'm looking at the casual viewer. Like not everyone's gonna sit here and go in training room for an hour straight. Heck, most people won't even fucking touch training room. And I think that's the thing that's really unique about game journalism is that there is a spot for people who aren't good. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like commentating. You don't have to be the best to be able to commentate or critique video games, but you have to at least know and respect the source material and not suck. Like, it's okay if you're bad, but not that dude who did Cuphead bad, you know? Like, if you're just like illiterately bad, like, no, right? Like when you're doing a review of a kid's book, you have to be someone that genuinely enjoys it and maybe just like doesn't really care for like crazy writing, but you're like, okay, you know, you work with kids, like I work with kids, you understand it, right? But when someone is like, yeah, it's kawaii, you know, it's some big dick ass book, you know, he's like, you know, he can be like, oh yes, I quite like the pig, I think they're quite cute, you know, like everyone can have an opinion, right? Because at the end of the day, this is the field, it's opinionated, but know your field. And yeah, like that's my thing, is that if you guys are wondering, like, heck, like one of my nooblets tried to get me to play For Honor, and I think I'm not gonna like it already. I played it before I give it a second chance. I'm already getting bored because I realized, oh, this is just bitch Tekken. Like, it's bitch version of Tekken, and I already don't like Tekken because of how much shit you have to learn. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? All of you experiencing this is like especially when it comes to cooking. I remember one of my said, like, bro, he was talking about some German cooking that he had, right? Like good bakery. It's like, bro, he's like, people have cookies here. Like, you have your Chips Ahoy or some bullshit. You have authentic, you know, grandmother made like baking. You never want to go back. It's one of those things. You know how they say, oh, do never go to high FPS. You can never go back. It's that same thing. When you have the peak of what gaming has to offer, you can't stand mediocrity, and that's where I'm at personally. I cannot stand mediocrity. Like, unless you have something that appeals to me specifically, then I'll run it. But even I'll be like, yeah, this game's okay. Like, I tell people all the time, like, oh, what's your opinion? And they don't know. It's like, no, genuinely, I mean it. Like, it just happens to appeal to me, but I wouldn't recommend this game to everybody. Like, if, you know, it's what they say, Dick Simulator 90-20. Of course, I'm gonna fucking love it, dude. I love dick jokes and everything. Like, to me, and it's a mediocre, bland gameplay, nothing crazy. Its graphics are okay, but like, pee go brr. You know, and that's why I play. I just like seeing the pee thing flop around. You know, it's funny as fuck. But would I recommend it? No, I'm like, not everybody has the same sense of humor as me. So people need to not get offended when they realize that some games are just mediocre. It's okay to like mediocrity. You know, same like bad shows. I love harems. Most of them are terrible fucking shows. You know, they have terrible plot. Why do I watch it? It's funny to see one dude get his ass beat by 10 different girls because his ass is dense as fuck. That's just funny as fuck to me. But yeah, that's my thing about, you know, video game literacy and why I can't. You guys don't see me play. Like, you guys look at my list. I have good ass fucking games on my list, and then maybe once in a blue moon some retro or a mid game, you know, like COD or whatever. But 90% of it's like, yo, this guy's got good taste. You know, because like, I should be. Look at my fucking name. Enough said.